Hey y'all, welcome to my channel, Divinely Transformed. My name is Lisa. Whether you're new or returning, I'm glad that you're here. Welcome to your daily rune for January 18th, 2022. So today's message is a little bit different because usually the daily rune does correspond with the daily short, but today it's not. The daily short was a karmic reading, and the daily rune is messages for anyone that is not evil and they're really on the path of learning and learning how to free themselves and be happy and learning to ascend. So this is for everyone else who doesn't have evil and malice in their heart. Today's daily rune is Quanaz. It means torch, and the key word is passion. The rune is tied to fire, which at once the carrier of light and heat, but also destruction. So there are many of you that have experienced the destructive nature of passion, but you're coming into an appreciation of, other aspects of passion, that it actually is good for you if it's channeled appropriately and healthy. Because in good ways, it's light and heat and creativity. It's about being attracted to, someone who is not evil and malicious, who, will actually reciprocate the passion and love together. There are many benefits to passion. That's why we're given this energy as humans. Because I just saw 222 on the counter. So the link will be in the description box below as usual for the angel numbers. But 222 is about partnerships and manifestations and teamwork, working together passionately, creatively, to create a spark of light and heat of intensity for divine creative projects, divine passionate love connections. It definitely ultimately serves a very much larger purpose, and it is not just lust. It can be channeled that way if, a person is unhealed and toxic and demonically possessed and all that. But there is a good part. There's a good side to it. It shouldn't be repressed. The only thing that should be repressed is lust, because it's not healthy, it's not good for you or anybody else, and anyone engaging in this practice hurts other people. I've experienced this in the past myself. Giving into lust hurt me, and I hurt myself, and I hurt other people, and other people, they hurt themselves, and they're hurting other people. So it can be a perpetual chain of pain, or it can be a perpetual chain of light and goodness. A lot of benefits can come out of it, but also a lot of destruction as well. A young torchbearer has 2 torches in hand, and the flame that burns illuminates the wishes of the youth who is full of passion and enthusiasm. This is what it means to heal your inner child, so that no matter how old you are, you can live your life full of passion and enthusiasm, and always be young at heart. Never stop dreaming. Never stop creating. Each time that something new enters our lives, youthful energies are set in motion. That's why we get excited and we feel giddy. If you are pure-hearted, if you're not evil and malicious in your heart, that is. Our gaze is illuminated by prospects that we had not taken into consideration. So, when the youthful energies are set in motion to brand new beginnings in love and in passion and creativity, exploring new connections, exploring new creative projects, whenever we focus on the things that are good and healthy for us, the things that we see are illuminated by prospects that we didn't see before, things that we never took into consideration. But the only way to see them and the only way to, be illuminated by what you see, by things that you haven't taken into consideration before, is you need to explore this energy. You can't keep running from it. We must not allow ourselves to be blinded by illusions or overly devouring passions. So this is about, there are some people who are feeling very overcome by passion and creativity in the positive way, but they hold themselves back because they're blinded by illusions and fears, pride and ego. They're just afraid because this is like uncharted territory here. If that's the case, you're really just sabotaging yourself and robbing yourself of so many good and positive things. And just because you haven't experienced them before doesn't mean it's going to be bad. But if you go into it believing that, it definitely will be. Same with overly devouring passions. Only exploring things on a surface physical level in a sexual way and not going any deeper than sex. This is about intimacy as well. To being able to truly communicate and be vulnerable enough to be yourself with someone that you can truly love and trust, that are very pure-hearted. I just get a feeling of such hesitancy off of this card. For some people, they're feeling consumed by this passion and creativity, but they're holding themselves back out of fear. So they're resisting all that's good for them because they're overthinking things. What if this happens? What if that happens? What if? What if it does? But what if you're wrong? It's time to do away with negative thinking. It's time to do away with self-sabotage. These behaviors don't serve you or anybody else. True happiness can't be achieved through, by holding yourself back out of fear. And that includes dipping your toe in the water and not being fully expressive and not being truly vulnerable to be fully passionate and be fully expressive with your creativity. So, holding yourself back is self-sabotage. It's not going to give you any level of success. You're only feeling this way because of the programming that you're under. 10:10 on the clock. It's time to end these old ways and just take a leap of faith into a positive mindset. Spring into the passionate connection that you feel with someone. To explore it, to be vulnerable enough to explore it and express yourself. And team up with creative projects. This is a lot of fire energy here. Divine Masculine, you need to rid yourself of fear. Because you're holding yourself back. And you're sabotaging your own destiny at this point. And have been. Through holding yourself back. Not being in your authenticity. Not speaking out the truth. Let's reflect on how the strength of desire becomes part of our life and transforms it. Are we able to achieve what we want? Or do you let your dreams stagnate? Do not take action on your dreams. And then it becomes a destructive force. Because you end up losing opportunities. Because of your own fear and holding yourself back. It's self-sabotage. Are our ambitions commensurate with our potential? The things that you want to do, is it equal to your potential? Because for some of you, your potential is so much more than your ambitions currently. Especially, I'm seeing the star in reverse in my mind. Aquarian energy, feeling a lack of hope and faith. Feeling stuck. Feeling defeated, that they can heal themselves, to heal their lives. That poor, pitiful me attitude is going to let you miss opportunities, and you will kick yourself for it. Quanaz increases our vitality and makes us resourceful, and is excellent in regards to emotional issues. So let me recommend here something. If there's anyone feeling stuck, trapped, or blocked with passion and creativity at this time, feeling unable to express themselves in a vulnerable way to their divine counterpart here, I will leave a link in the description box below for a guided meditation on violet flame healing, 1414 on the counter. That will really help heal this energy for you, help heal the self-sabotage, help heal the negative programming within you that keeps you holding yourself back. And it's not something that you do just once. It's something that you keep doing until you feel better and better about it, because that is signs of progress, that is signs of healing. So the link will be in the description box below for a type of guided meditation for violet flame healing. It does help to have crystals if you have them. They're cheap and easy to get. You know, they're not too expensive, especially for little pieces. You can get them at like spiritual shops. There's one here in town. I really can't recommend the actual place because I'm not giving out my location. But you can get crystals off of Amazon. I've gotten lots of crystals off of Amazon.com. Good crystals to get would be, most of them are fairly inexpensive, but hold on. Let me actually go and show some examples of these crystals instead of just talking about them. So I'll be right back. All right. Now, I just want to also say that crystals aren't mandatory. They're just a tool, just like anything else. But this is probably one of the best crystals to get when it comes to violet flame healing. This is the same kind of crystal, it just looks different. One's unfinished and the other one is finished. This is an amethyst. Now, this is perfect for working with the violet flame meditation. They're very, very inexpensive, very easy to get, but they really help with healing of the crown chakra, which is up here, and the third eye chakra, which is right here, to help with connection to the divine and psychic clarity, whether that is psychic clarity, and it also covers mental clarity as well. So it doesn't have to just be, it's just all things of the mind, right? So this is perfect for violet flame work. But you could also use clear crystal or clear quartz. Clear quartz is fairly inexpensive too. You know, lots of times they cost anywhere from like $2 to $10. You know, they're just fairly inexpensive. This helps with just general healing. If you find that you're dealing with a lot of negativity, this is two different types of the same crystal. It's called black tourmaline. If you feel that you're just feeling overwhelmed by pessimism and negativity, handling black tourmaline, it absorbs negative energy. So that can help you if there's an overabundance of negative energy. This is selenite. A selenite wand is what it's called. Selenite, it looks different no matter what, but selenite, Selenite. And this also absorbs negative energy as well. Tourmaline is spelled Tourmaline. Black tourmaline. And amethyst is spelled Amythest. And quartz is spelled Quartz, in case anybody was wondering how to spell these things. Another good crystal for violet flame healing or any kind of healing is rose quartz. This is for the heart chakra, specifically for unconditional love. Rose quartz. I already spelled quartz, so I'm not spelling it again. If you find yourself really fearful, any bloodstone or red jasper is highly beneficial to use right on your tailbone. At, you know where your tailbone is. And this helps with fear. And because the root chakra is the fear center. And that is the center where our stability is. Or it's our fourth house is housed in the root chakra. Fourth house of safety, security, stability, dependability. Money also. Second and fourth house is definitely ruled by the first chakra, the root chakra. So if you find that you're really scared about money, scared of change, overly obsessed with not having enough, having a lack mentality, that's a good indicator that your root chakra needs healed. And if you have a lot of back problems and all of your pain is right there at your tailbone, that is another indication that your root chakra is inflamed. There was a time when my root chakra was so inflamed that I couldn't even sit up straight for more than an hour or two without putting myself in tremendous pain. I've done a whole lot of healing on my root chakra. That's probably something I spent the most time on. Because once upon a time, I was damn near afraid of everything and everyone. And I was afraid of my own shadow. I was just afraid of everything. And I was constantly worried about money and safety and security and stability. But the more I started working with bloodstone, and red jasper works for this too, I actually spent lots of time, like laying on top of the bloodstone, because this is a bloodstone. And I spent a lot of time laying on it in deep meditation, repeatedly doing the violet flame meditations, just repeatedly connecting to the divine in prayer. I worked really, really hard on my root chakra. And now I don't really have a whole lot of pain there. And I don't have any fears about money or stability or security. It's 95% healed. And the thoughts and concerns that I do have, they don't plague me. I don't overthink about it. It's just a passing thought. But, I'm able to trust that I'm doing exactly what it is I'm supposed to be doing. I'm in exactly the right place at the right time and the right moment. And I absolutely trust that Yahweh is, which is God, you can call him whatever you want, but I have absolutely faith and trust that because I know that I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to do, that my provisions will always be provided for me. I will never lack anything. I'm being taken care of by the divine and the universe. And you can also call upon Archangel Michael to help heal your root chakra. I just saw 2424 on the counter. Archangel Michael has the power to heal the root chakra because Archangel Michael is in control of the root chakra. It's what he specializes in. So any fears that you have, he can heal them. And also, simultaneously, be healing your tailbone area so it's not causing you any more physical pain if you're that fearful that you're in physical pain. Because when you're so afraid it manifests into all levels of pain. And the last form that it manifests in is physical pain in that area. And it goes for any chakra. Now, this is something that is a little bit more unique. This is called a Lemurian healing crystal. And this, I got this for $4, but I don't know if I just got a really sweet deal on it or not. But Lemurian healing crystal, it is very, very good for just overall healing, because this is actually not even from the planet Earth. This is from Lemuria, and it's spelled Lemurian healing crystal. And the last one I'm going to show is Moldavite. And the reason why this is the last one I'm showing is because it's fairly expensive. Moldavite costs, the cheapest I've seen Moldavite was $40 to $45. $40 to $50, the cheapest. And it goes all the way up to like $500 for a bigger chunk of Moldavite. It is spelled Moldavite. And the reason why this is so expensive is because it only comes from one place in the world, Czechoslovakia. Now, there are places in China, and other countries that do ship Moldavite, but they get it shipped in from Czechoslovakia because it's the only place that's available on Earth. This is actually it's like an alien meteorite after it is collided with the Earth. So it is a combination of an alien meteorite and particles of the Earth hardened. Moldavite balances chakras and creates complete transformation of a person. So if you're really serious about putting away the old person and completely transforming into a new person, Moldavite's the way to go. I don't have any regrets dropping $55 on that piece of Moldavite. No regrets whatsoever. Because the more I handle it, and I've had it for a few months now, 2 or 3 months. The more I handle it, the more I feel its transformative power. It has a very strong energy to it. And is life-changing. So if anyone can afford to drop $50 or a little bit more on a piece of Moldavite, I would highly recommend it. But none of these are mandatory, but most of these are fairly cheap, $2 to $10. They're fairly easy to get, but it's not a requirement, but it's definitely a helpful tool. Just like meditation. Now, meditation is a very helpful tool, but meditation is a requirement for ascension. And the more tools that you have in your toolbox that you can put together to be able to learn, grow, expand, evolve, change, become a better version of yourself more and more every day. The more you combine tools together, the more successful you will be. I really was extremely serious about my transformation, that I combined all kinds of different tools together. Crystals, meditation, active and passive meditation, guided meditation, self-hypnosis, and the meditations and the guided self-hypnosis, they have these videos all over YouTube for free. I really didn't have to invest a whole lot of money into tools. I didn't even buy all of these crystals, but I bought most of them. In the grand scheme of things, I spent less than $100 on crystals. Or around $100. I got this, well, no, it's a little bit more because I got this labradorite. It was $40. And labradorite increases psychic awareness, expands psychic abilities. So this was $40 and the Moldavite was $50, so there's $90 there. So I probably spent a little bit over $100 on my crystals. Like $120, $130. But really, that's sort of a lot of money, but in the grand scheme of things, it really isn't. I used crystals, meditation videos on YouTube that were all free. The sleeping meditations that, of different frequencies to work on certain chakras or to work on specific whatever. Like, they have all kinds of stuff on YouTube. Just explore different meditation videos and thousands will come up. And it's free. And putting together all these different tools, I really expanded myself in a short period of time. I went into self-hypnosis videos from YouTube because I don't really trust anybody in the psychological field to put me under hypnosis. So I have a personal issue with that, but maybe some of y'all might prefer to be hypnotized by a psychology professional, but I didn't like that, so I opted for self-hypnosis videos on YouTube, and there's hundreds and thousands of those too. They're all deeply beneficial. I also expanded into I forget what it's called. Hinduism. There's videos, all kinds of hundreds and thousands of videos on YouTube that they have different mantras. I just saw 3333 on my counter. They're musical mantras. They're Om and all of this stuff. All these vibrations, and these sounds. And especially if you can make these sounds with your throat, lifts your vibrations and increases your energetic vibration through that. So I used that. I definitely used psychology. I studied psychology. I really delved into psychology to learn as much as I could about it. I actually have an associate's degree in psychology, and I even learned more about psychology on my own and in my free time. And I used it to heal my brain. I used it to heal my mental processes and my emotional processes. I acted as my own counselor for many years. That's just who I am and my ability and skill. But not everyone has the capacity to do that. And the reason I do have the capacity to do that is because I have Aries in my 9th house. So if you have a fire sign or a very strong air sign in your 9th house, you may also have the ability to do your own psychological and emotional healing. But for many people, I do recommend seeing a counselor just to talk. Not for medication, but just to have someone who is bound by HIPAA laws, who is trained to listen, keep your business to themselves. They're legally bound to do that. And they're also trained to provide different options of coping skills to you so that you can better manage mental processes and emotional processes that are keeping you stuck, bound, and in fear and holding you back and all of that stuff. I also used philosophy on a smaller level to inspire me in my healing. I definitely used long distance travel and moving around very frequently to expand my horizons, to learn about different cultures and different people and different places. That also helps us expand and grow as people. I definitely learned about different religions. I definitely identify with several different religions. I don't just identify just as a Christian. I identify as a Christian. I identify as a spiritualist. I identify with Hinduism. I even identify with Messianic Judaism to a small extent, which is basically Jewish faith with Christian belief systems attached to it. I'm also deeply attracted to the Kabbalah, Jewish mysticism. I am extremely attracted to sacred geometry. I'm really not sure if I have the intellectual capacity to learn that because I am not a math person at all. I am more about words, communications, ideas. 3838 on my counter. But, I used all of these things and combined them together. And all of these things are just tools. I even got into tarot and oracle cards as part of my spiritual experience. I incorporated diet, change, and exercise. And obviously eliminating addictive substances from my body and my behaviors and stuff, and I've done really well. I used to be addicted to a multitude of things, and now I'm just down to my iced tea addiction, my sugar and caffeine addiction. I used to be on pain pills. I used to drink heavily. I used to be addicted to marijuana. Well, there was a time when it really did help me, but then after a while, it just became a hindrance, and I was wasting my money, and it was, making me stupid, making me forget things, making me, be too hasty. So I eliminated that. I used to be addicted to sex. I've eliminated that. I'm not perfect. I'm just a regular person who was just sick and tired of being stuck and chained by addictions and being stuck and not being successful. So I channeled this desperation that I had used in a very destructive way, and I channeled it to a positive way by being desperate to do whatever it took to get out of that stuck energy. Because there was a time where I was homeless and I was couch surfing, unable to unable to get a job, keep a job, maintain a job, whatever. Like, I don't think that I'm better than anyone else, because that's just an illusion. That is something that is separation consciousness, and I am not about separation consciousness. I'm about unity consciousness. I just saw 4141 on my counter. Could resonate. Any of these angel numbers I call out could resonate with any of you. But I'm just a regular person who has made a lot of mistakes and decided that I was going to do whatever it took to get myself out of it by channeling my passions and my creativity to a more positive direction. Instead of going out there and having meaningless sex or watching porn or whatever it was that I was, doing, and, doing drugs and, escaping, I decided to channel my creativity in a more positive way. When God told me to start my own channel, to do tarot for others, I was like, I really wasn't crazy about the idea, because it's not really what I saw myself doing with my life. But at the same time, I sat there and I thought about it, and I was like, I really didn't know what I was going to do with my life, because I've had all these different jobs in all these different fields, and none of them were fulfilling and satisfying. I knew that I wanted to help people in some way, but nothing I was putting my time and energy into was helping. So I was like, well, I might as well just do this. It is a creative expression. It's a creative outlet. I am creating videos. I am creating opportunities for providing knowledge, opportunities for growth for others. So this is creating. And the more that I did it, the more I got comfortable with it. And the more I enjoyed it. And the more people that I was helping. I've helped a lot of people just by doing tarot alone. But I've helped a lot of people throughout my life in different ways. But, I was also enabling people too. But now I'm not enabling people. I am just truthfully helping others open their eyes and see things from a different perspective, and showing people, how I healed myself, and so others can take that information and run with it if they so choose to. I'm not pushing my belief systems on anyone, because no one's forced to come on my channel. 4444 on my counter. Anyone who comes to my channel comes here of their own free will and volition. Because, I used to sometimes talk about, my faith and all of that whenever I was younger. But I did it in a way that was intrusive. And people didn't want to hear it. And they rejected me. And they belittled me and, hurt me and all that stuff. But now this is like, it's completely different because no one's forced to hear these messages. They come if they want to. If they don't, they don't. And if they do hear the messages and they don't want to do anything about them, that's still y'all's choice too. So there's that too. So it's all about eliminating fear, going towards what you're passionate about, what drives you to create, be in your authenticity, to be in your truth. What inspires you? If you enjoy your work, you never work a day in your life. Now, sometimes your work can be challenging. It can be stressful. But, so can anything and anyone else. I mean, it's just a part of life. Take it with a grain of salt and go with the flow. So, I am going to pull a few cards. This might extend another 20 minutes, but I feel like it's worth it. So, if y'all are interested in hearing more messages from the Holy Spirit about Quanaz, some guidance, feel free to stick around. Thank you. Holy Spirit, what does the collective need to know about Quanaz? About passion? Thief in reverse. Someone's been exposed as a thief. Very karmic energy has been exposed as a thief. An official person in the reverse and pathway. So, an official person, a masculine energy, most likely, could potentially be a veteran. But maybe there was a dishonorable discharge. Maybe that's why the official person's in the reverse. But this person's going on a spiritual path, following destiny. And if they're not, they're being encouraged to do so. Yes, this official person in the reverse is the Emperor. And no longer the main male in this broken marriage that's headed for divorce. Main female in reverse too. So this marriage is dissolving. Whether they're divorced or not, or in the process, or whatever. Take it how it resonates for you. But this marriage has been dissolved here because the karmic feminine is a thief. They've been exposed as a thief. And the Emperor has definitely matured. And they've changed. And they're really ready to transform their own lives by going down this spiritual path that they're destined for. There is court here. There is adjudication here coming up. That could be the divorce. That could be child support hearings. It could be all of that. It could even be criminal proceedings, depending on your situations. And this Emperor is definitely lost in their thoughts right now about their divine counterpart. Still thinking. and still not communicating. Okay, then. All right. Let's focus less on this karmic situation, Holy Spirit, and let's focus on the spiritual path. This new path that this emperor, this man who is very much matured, let's focus on this new path here, because we already know all about that old toxic shit that's being left behind. So if we can try to keep the karmic energies down to a minimum, that would be great, Holy Spirit. Thank you. So let's clarify this emperor going on this spiritual path, thinking right now about their divine feminine here. King of Cups. They're thinking about them because they're in love with them. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio energy. They're very much like consumed by their emotions of love for their divine counterpart. Consumed by their thoughts of their emotions. But the Ace of Wands comes out in the reverse. There's a problem here. They're distracted. They're distracted either by controlling issues within themselves, and they're definitely distracted by this karmic here. Control issues have to be eliminated, whether they're around you or inside of you. And if they're around you, that means there is an issue within you that you feel like you need to control people, places, things, and situations because you don't feel in control of your own lives. So these energies around you are distracting you because the energies are within you. There is a lot of chaos and conflict within and around this person right now. And there's a lot of sadness, guilt, and regret going on here. This Emperor is afraid of change. That's what's holding them back. That's what we've been talking about this whole time. Still watching, stalking, and spying on their divine feminine and thinking about them heavily, but not taking action. Because they're still being distracted by this karmic feminine who is very pissed off, very angry, and they're still fighting with this person. They're still in collaboration. They're still living there. They're still collaborating with this toxic negative energy. And they're stuck and not communicating. I'm getting a very strong silent vibration from this Emperor here. They're very much distracted by this karmic feminine. This greedy, money-hungry prostitute is very selfish, very clingy, needy, and codependent. I think this Emperor truly feels sorry for this person. And they're also trauma bonded to this person. This Emperor is showing up as the King of Wands here, but also as the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. That's codependency. They're emotionally and mentally codependent on this karmic feminine because they've been with them for so long. They're used to the bullshit. They're used to this way of living. And they're just staying stuck in this situation because they just have a lack of hope and faith. And they're listening to their fear, and they're really overthinking things. It's time to stop doing that. You are really talking yourself out of everything that you've ever wanted and staying stuck in your own personal nightmare. You're about to miss the best opportunity of your life. Your destiny. 55-55, what is meant for you. You have the opportunity to change and transform your life. And you keep giving into fear and overthinking. Because you really need to heal this codependency issue. You cannot heal in the environment that you got sick in. You have to move out of the home that you're in because you're just perpetuating your stay in the darkness and you're perpetuating your sickness. You're causing yourself more pain and more sorrow by dealing with this person, by living with this person, by sharing energy with this person of any kind, whether that be words, money, emotions, thoughts. You're still investing in this karmic, even if you're ignoring them, even if you are resisting them and turning them away. You're still investing energy, and it's negative energy. It's keeping you in the darkness, it's keeping you stuck, and it's keeping you trapped, and it's keeping you enslaved. Bottom line, it's keeping you in fear, and you're stuck in an illusion and being very resistant to change. And there is also an element of feeling like you need power and control. I really think that right now you're just distracted by trying to dominate the karmic feminine. You cannot dominate anyone. Not anyone. You will lose. This is not about controlling people and dominating people. This is about surrender, freedom, getting healthy and feeling better. Living your life in unconditional love. I feel so much bitterness and resentfulness and one-upping and hate, and it's just really petty energy here. Back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. It is a distraction. You are missing out on your destiny, Emperors. If you are resonating with this, if this is what's happening, if this is your situation, and you're stuck in this, and you feel like you're stuck in this toxic marriage, in this toxic house with this greedy, slave-driving, money-hungry, oppressive, prostitute who has STDs and money issues, and you're still taking care of them by still staying in the same house and paying the bills, that is collaboration. You need to leave this person. Let them deal with their shit. Stop helping them. You are enabling them. Period. Or you can just continue to do this and keep yourself trapped. Keep yourself chained to the fate of this person. Because this person's fate is the fate of poverty and death. That is their fate. And you staying in this situation with them and collaborating with them on any level, you'll be doing the same thing. It's just the truth. I'm not going to go any more into these messages, because you either will or you won't. If you want to change your situation, you got to reach out and get the help that you need and separate yourself from this person completely. It's time for new beginnings. For the highest good of yourself and humanity. But if you want to keep yourself chained to this person out of pity, out of fear, out of whatever, you're only literally killing yourself. So, thank y'all so much for supporting my channel in all the ways that you do. I deeply appreciate every single one of y'all. Have a great day, and I'll talk to y'all soon.